All right, this is BJ back from No Filter MMA, guys. I got another video short for you guys today. So today I want to talk about something that I've been thinking about. I have interviewed Pam Sorenson a couple of times. I want to talk about this fight coming up, Invicta FC 32, Felicia Spencer versus Pam Bam Sorenson for the vacant Invicta featherweight title. So Pam, I've interviewed Pam a couple times, and I follow Pam on social media, and I know before this fight happened that people were trying to rally for kind of a fight against from Pam Sorenson versus Chris Cyborg, which Pam was really wanting that fight. Like Pam was straight up wanting that fight, you know. So my point of making this whole video is, guys, if okay, so she's fighting. First of all, let's not look past Felicia Spencer. She's fighting Felicia Spencer. She's 5-0. She has a really good submission game. She beat Amy Coleman and Helena Koliznik by submissions, both rear naked chokes. And she's got some decision wins, the TKO wins. She's 5-0. And she's coming in fighting, but Pam Bam being a little bit more experienced, couple more fights. We'll have to go with Pam. I'm not. This is not a prediction video, but Pam with her last win over Jan Finney. She also has a win over Helena Koliznik, and Pam's last loss being to Ileana Gomez. Pam is she was pretty active in 2017. And she was very active in 2016. She fought for Invicta and for King of the Cage. So Pam's been she's been pretty busy. She has a win over Nico Montano. She has a win over Jesse Rose Clark. So she's fought some pretty credible opponents. My thing is, if Pam Bam Sorenson was to beat Felicia Spencer, this could be Pam Bam Sorenson's segue into the UFC. Now, I'm not saying that Pam Bam Sorenson is dying to get into the UFC. You know what I'm saying? Because Pam Bam happy fighting, being an Invicta champion. So I don't. Sorry, y'all, I had to pause the video for something. But what I'm saying is, Pam, I'm more than happy for Pam to be the Invicta champion, and I would love to see Pam defend that belt. Absolutely, 100%. I would, Pam as a champion, absolutely. But what my other point was, since this fight was, these fighters somewhat agreed to fight each other before, Pam and Cyborg. So what if, they pulled Megan Anderson to fight Cyborg, but, of course, Megan Anderson ducked that fight. You know what I'm saying? But, Pam could, what if Cyborg wanted another super fight before she retired? Like, let's say Pam beats Felicia Spencer and becomes the champion. Let's say, and Cyborg beats Nunes and remains a champion. What if Cyborg actually would want to have a super fight against another featherweight champion versus a bantamweight champion? You know what I'm saying? So that's what, and Pam Bam would be completely down for that. And Pam Bam will go in there and put on an actual featherweight performance against Cyborg. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not someone that's used to fighting at bantamweight, not someone, put on a featherweight fight. So that I was just thinking about that, and we can't say that that's going to happen. That's just something that I'm thinking could possibly happen, because Pam still has to get through Felicia Spencer, who's really, really good, and Cyborg has to get through Nunes. Now, the question would be, would Pam do it? Would Pam go to the UFC just to fight Cyborg if the division is still empty like it is? You know what I'm saying? That's a big question. Like, would Pam want to stay in Invicta, stay fighting, stay active, and make that money and win those fights and defend that belt? Because look at Megan Anderson. Megan Anderson came up from the UFC. And Megan Anderson, she came up from Invicta. She ducked the Cyborg fight. So the only person she's fought is a bantamweight, and now she's signed and scheduled to fight another bantamweight. Kat Zingano's gonna move up and fight, Megan Anderson, but Kat is still a bantamweight. So That's a question that I would have to ask for Pam. I would definitely save that answer because I'm pretty sure Pam will be back on No Filter MMA sometime soon. But would the question be, would Pam go up and fight in the UFC just for a Cyborg fight? Or if the division is still vacant like it is, or would Pam Bam Sorenson go would she rather stay in Invicta and defend her belt if she was to win that belt? Because if she stayed in Invicta, Pam's gonna have, Pam's gonna be able to stay active. She's gonna be facing legit featherweights. You know what I'm saying? So, that's a lot. It's a little, touch of things I've been thinking about, guys. I'm gonna try to find out a little bit more about this. I can definitely communicate with Pam and get an answer from Pam. But either way it goes, y'all, Pam Bam Sorenson versus Cyborg will be a very interesting fight. Let's see how Cyborg, what I'm saying, now that Cyborg's up in the UFC, and let's see Cyborg face a featherweight instead of bantamweights. Because Cyborg is, of course, scheduled to face another bantamweight. Even though Amanda Nunes fought at 145 and is undefeated at 145, it's still, she's still a bantamweight. So, guys, give me your thoughts. This is something I just, off the top of my head, not off the top of my head, I've been thinking about it for a while, but I just thought I would share it. So, drop your likes, drop your comments in the comment section, and do not forget to subscribe. This is BJ from No Filter MMA, and I am out.